So, now let's discuss how we're going to paint this. And many of you guys are probably assuming I'm going to use this. At one point, yes, I was thinking about that. It was funny though, because a few weeks ago, I guess maybe during, I think the same week the kit came out, somebody on Gundam Guy painted the Perfect Gray Unicorn Gundam silver. He didn't use Alclad. I think he probably used a normal Tamiya silver paint. Didn't look good, just looked like normal silver, so it didn't have that brilliance that you normally see. And for me to take all these white parts, prime it, paint it gloss black, and to paint it silver or polish aluminum or whatever would be a nice, great choice. But I'm not going to do that. For two obvious reasons. You guys are sick and tired of me doing metallic painting builds. That's one. And two, I only have very little of each of these, and I don't want to mix and match. I could order, but it takes some time. So, no metallic. Up to a point. Up to a point. Instead, we're going to give it a little bit of a more uniqueness to this kit, and I'm going to explain that to you. First off, inner frame. We'll definitely be using gunmetal right here. Gunmetal ALC 120. I have plenty, especially for this kit. So, there we go for that. So we have that out of the way. The blue paint that's with it. Let me see here. I have this color, number 5 Mr. Color. It should be more than adequate for this. It's a good color blue. I think I will give it a darker base before I paint it. Before I paint it blue, so it can be a little bit darker, since it has a darker tone to it. So I'll be using that for the blue. Now, the overall white. This is the one thing that I need to discuss. White. I picked these up. Remember the off-white color, which is right here? I only have one bottle, and I don't know if it's going to cover this, but fortunately when I was at Gundam Planet, I picked up this Mr. Color, Gundam Color, MS White, and I picked up 2 bottles. This has the same color tone as this, as you can see here. Now, quite frankly, you guys are probably saying, oh, it looks like white. Well, here's number 1, and look the difference right there. This is far more brighter than this. So I'm going to be using this on this kit. However, I'm going to add something to this. Obviously, I'm going to do a lot of pre-shading here. Pre-shading that's going to be done along the leading edges of all the parts that you see here. This thing has a lot of edges. And considering that it's pretty much self-panel lining itself, I don't need the panel lining. I don't need to use what was it? That panel lining wash for this. I'm gonna try to get as much pre-shading as done as possible. But I'm going to do something a little bit more unique. And for that, I'm going to zoom in so I could show you. When the unicorn is in its unicorn mode, you know where the leading edges show where the parts separate. Like, for example, this this part here and here. You know how it shows. Now, with LED lights, when you turn it on, you'll see the lights bleeding through. But I had a thought. I remembered in one of those episodes, I think it was episode 4, maybe episode 5, maybe those 2 episodes, where Benager did not in one aspect, did not want the Unicorn to go into destroy mode. He was preventing it. Yet you saw that the Unicorn wanted to go into Unicorn mode. He did not want to do that. And then you started to see the lights bleed out as it's turned on. Now let's say, for example, it's been doing that all the time, and it left a red burning mark on it. My idea would be to do pre-sheeting of red along the leading edges where the parts separate before it goes into destroy mode. When it's in Unicorn mode, you actually see the scar, you know, you'll see the pre-shading there in that area, and then of course it'll represent scar marks from the psycho frame power as it's trying to get out, trying to, you know, transform. It's like it wants to transform. I wanted to do something like that actually originally with my master grade, but I couldn't do due to time difference. I couldn't do it. But I'm gonna do it with this guy. So the leading edges where the parts separate before transformation, I will pre-shade it with red. I'll use this red as an example. I have another bottle of red, but I'm going to pre-shade it using this. It's going to be done around the knees, the thigh, the waist, side armor, forearms, obviously the shoulders, the chest, the back area of the neck because of the way it transforms, and not the neck. What do you call it? Where the that part opens up, and I think you see here along the sides of the way of this, the back of the skirt, the neck area. Oh yeah, that part here. So yeah. Obviously, it's going to be very limited because it's. You think that the whole thing is going to, you know, expand out completely, but it's not completely expand out, just some certain areas. But that is my intention with this, to make a pre-shading red and pre-shading black on areas that is not, you know, required. Using this. The last color which this kit requires would be the Beam Magnum, because the Beam Magnum has those clips in a different color tone. I've been looking at this for quite some time. I might as well use this intermediate blue, so that should be more than adequate. Yeah, because the kit is very simple in color. I don't need to, you know, try different color tones or anything like that. It's a bit weird with the thrusters though, because it has white inside the thrusters. I could paint it silver. I don't know yet. I'll call an audible later on, and we'll see what we can do from there. So that is my idea. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Alright, enough talk. Let's begin preparing the build for the perfect grade Unicorn. So right now I'm preparing my tools here, sharpening up my blades. Should buy more blades, but sometimes you don't have time for that. So you sharpen up the ones that you have and get them ready. Make sure you maintain all your tools, of course. Those are what you need to build your kits, especially something this big. Good. I don't need to sharpen this, but I don't know how. Get my sandpaper ready. I know this is a 1/1200 grit. I have the sponge somewhere here. I think it's in my other box, but it's something that I'm going to need to clean up these parts. Even though I've been told that there's very little cleanup, it's never, you know, you want to be prepared. Now, this and a small handful in my case of alligator clips needs to be fixed, because as you can see, this thing is long, and as you've seen in past videos, this thing is a little too long for me. So, actually, don't I have the other one? I don't want to ruin this one. I could probably still use it. I'll use it. because I got another one over there. I'm cutting these in half so it's easy for me to manipulate. Specifically if, well, I highly doubt I'll be using this part here so I can hold it up like so. I have the other sponge thing, but it's good to I wanted to do this for a long time because it's been very, very uncomfortable in the past when I was recording my videos and putting all my alligator clips like this. I might as well use this to hold it up for now. There's also another thing. I'm waiting for an order of more alligator clips. I'm going to keep these so I can put more alligator clips because I think I have about 50 of these, and I'm nothing here. And I'm, of course, this is more than 50 parts here. 40 something trees. Multiply that by maybe 10 to 15 parts each. Oh my god, that's... I'm gonna get a headache with the math. I would like to apologize ahead of time. I think this is... no, cut it in half. I like to apologize ahead of time because I don't want this to become a 20 episode video. 15 maybe, who knows, because we know how big it is, but I don't want it to be that long in the video stream, so I think I'll leave it the way it is. So I would like to apologize ahead of time if it becomes a little too long. It is going to consume a lot of my time in the month of January. So, but in reality, you know, as with any model building, I always, maybe in quality time and camera time, I try to get it done so people can see this. I don't want them to get bored. I have that other project that's taken a lot longer time, which I know it takes a lot longer, and I'm now starting to think I may not be able to make that kit for Comic-Con. Excuse me, correction, MosquitoCon. Comic-Con, yes. MosquitoCon, no. But I will, you know, considering I'll probably bring this kit to MosquitoCon, and I have another idea for MosquitoCons. May have to pick up another ball. Don't know, because I have to think about that. Alright, so I think that's I got more stuff here to work with, so let me clean this up. Oh, and then of course I got to get my Chinese trays, my takeout trays, because that's going to be a lot of parts, not only to separate but to sort out.